There's a one-of-a-kind airport in the United States made entirely out of ice, like a real FAA-certified airport built on a frozen lake. Now, I have absolutely no business flying my tiny 57-year-old two-seater airplane over 1,000 miles up the East Coast in the middle of winter. But here's the thing, this airport only exists when nature allows. For the last 2 years, it hasn't gotten cold enough for the ice to freeze thick enough to land planes on it.
2024 season of Alton Bay isn't going to happen.
And apparently that's been happening more and more. So if I'm ever going to get a chance to land my plane on a literal frozen lake, this is my shot. And to make things even crazier, on the way there, we're going to attempt to land at every type of airport, because before I attempt to land on a one of one, I want to see just how wild the spectrum of airports really is. So we packed up all the gear we could fit for our 1,000-mile journey, pre-flighted the plane, and grabbed an extension cord, just in case we have an opportunity to preheat the plane, potentially on the ice.
Put your hand in my pocket. Feel that sucker. Yeah.
Oh, that's super warm.
Yeah.
Let me see the duster. Whoa. Whoa. All right, the 1,000-mile journey is about to begin. How do you feel?
Cold.
All right. It's going to be considerably colder where we're going.
I know, I'm a little nervous.
It's going to be awesome. 1,000 miles starts now. Every type of airport. First one being private. So because airport number one is private, that means we've got to call ahead. You can't just show up. And there are like 15,000 almost of these in the entire country. And we're going to give them a call and see if they'll let us land. And I don't really know how this is going to go, but let's try it out. Hi there. My name's Drew. I'm going to be flying my Cessna 150 in your area this morning. And I wanted to see if it'd be okay if I landed there.
Yeah, text me when you're coming in and
Okay. Okay, that sounds good.
yeah, it's at your own risk.
All right, understood. Thank you very much. All right, I guess we're going.
Let's do it.
Let's go fly 1,000 miles.
We're not gonna go 1,000 today.
Okay, so our mission for today is to get from Atlanta to Atlantic City, 643 miles up the East Coast. And on the way, we'll make stops at our first 3 types of airports. That's a lot of ground to cover before sunset in such a slow plane, so this should be interesting. Ready to do this for a lot of hours?
Yeah, I'm ready to do it for a lot of hours.
All right, so this private strip doesn't have any like broadcast weather, so we're just gonna have to fly over the field and take a look at the windsock to see which runway we should use. All right, we've only been flying for like 10 minutes and it's already starting to get really cold. Did you get my coat?
What do you mean did I get
Where's
your
my
coat?
coat? What?
I think you left your coat.
Where is it?
Probably in the car.
That's not good.
Should we go back?
We could not go back. We waited in a long line to get out of our home base airport, and if we're trying to get to Atlantic City before sunset, there's just no time. We're not going to make it to Atlantic City.
It's gonna be really cold by the time we get up there.
Lainey thought this was hilarious.
It's really funny. Going to a literal ice runway. We brought snow boots and hats and gloves. And you forgot your coat.
Yeah.
You're not ready to laugh about it. Okay, we'll laugh about it eventually.
All right, there it is. All right, I think I've got a windsock in sight, so we'll overfly midfield. Looks like the wind is pretty light, but slightly favoring 3-1. Let's do that. Traffic sets at 3-8, final 3-2, full stop.
Oh look, they've got gas.
Hey, there we go. Oh, there's Jet A. Let's go check this place out.
It's not cute getting out of a Cessna 150.
With your monster park on.
With my duster.
Hey, at least you have a coat.
Yay, we can joke about it again? About time.
I left my coat. We're going to an ice runway and I left my coat. So this is a private airport. Kind of looks like a normal airport. There's just way less going on. They've got fuel. See how much it costs. I don't know.
All right, Drew is getting gas and I am not helping.
$4.89 a gallon. That's really good.
For a person who doesn't buy that very often, I don't have much context.
Stop number 1, private airport. How you feeling about it?
I like it. Cheap.
It
Nice.
was affordable. There's really not much going on here, which I guess makes sense on account of it's private.
The runway is really nice.
Runway's nice and long. Not my best landing, but we got here safely, so that's good. Private airport, check. We called for permission, landed, got some cheap gas. Now let's keep heading north. We got 199 miles to go to Elkin, North Carolina. Okay, traffic, Cessna 318 departing runway 32.
Shut your door.
Yeah.
Okay.
2-1.
Pretty day.
Yeah, it is. We got lucky with that.
Yeah, we did.
Well, guess it's not luck.
It's not luck when you plan incessantly for a month and a half. Today the high is 19, tomorrow the high is 24. You forgot your coat.
I cannot believe I forgot my coat. We're going to the coldest place we've probably ever been. A little more heat.
Actually, I'm fine.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. Oh, this next leg is going to be the one that's really bad.
Elkin traffic, Cessna 22318 is 7 miles to the southwest, 3,500 inbound, midfield left downwind, 25 full stop Elkin.
Like private, Class G airports are uncontrolled, meaning no control tower, but these usually have a good bit more air traffic. There are about 4,500 airports like this across the United States.
22318. Oh yeah. Fly me to the fun, love it.
Thanks.
That's so cool.
That is cool.
Where you at?
Yeah.
Come on, hang out.
Y'all want to hang out?
We're going to Elkin.
Elkin traffic, Cessna 38 turning final, full stop 25 Elkin. Still a little high, but not bad. Actually, still pretty high.
Yeah. Still pretty high.
Yeah, whatever. It's a long runway, but I still botched it, so I gotta figure that out. Ooh.
How did you do that? That's so impressive.
Elkin traffic, Cessna 38 clear of runway 25 Elkin. Alright, I will go over here to fuel.
I'm gonna run in and see if they have snacks.
Another not ideal landing, but here we are at Elkin Airport, Elkin County Airport, and it's uncontrolled, so pretty much just talk about where you are to other planes on the way in on the common frequency, which worked out. And otherwise kind of feels a lot like a private, although this one does have at least like a little kind of terminal facility. Laney's gonna go check that out, see if there's anything cool in there. I am going to fuel up and get ready for our next leg.
Oh my God. That makes me so happy.
I'm just gonna get here.
There she is. Hi.
Then,
Hi, kitty. Hi. Gosh. There's a cat in here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're just passing through. Got some gas. Do we owe you anything? Okay.
going to?
We are on our way from here. We're going to Charlottesville, and then we're gonna go to Atlantic City.
It's gonna snow. You're gonna be stuck in Atlantic City.
I asked him if we owe him anything, and they said no. He also said it might snow at Atlantic City, so we gotta like start looking at weather over there.
Let's see, I was looking at it not long ago. What are we in for now?
You know, it changes like crazy.
It's very windy there. Nope, I don't see any snow though.
Tomorrow. Okay, that's good.
It's just gonna be exceedingly windy.
Well, we probably won't get there until like 6, so
It'll be 25 then. Either way, it's not gonna be good.
either way, it's your last flight.
They've got a 3-1, so we'll use runway 3-1. It'll be basically right on the runway. If we don't like it, we will divert.
All right, let's go to airport number 3, folks.
I've been checking weather along our route for this adventure pretty much hourly for the last month. Flying a Cessna 150 during the winter, especially as far north as New Hampshire, can get dangerous because of the high winds and the potential for icing conditions. As of now, I'm not seeing any snow in the forecast for Atlantic City, but that could change at any minute.
Elkin traffic, Cessna 38 upwind runway 7, and we'll be straight out to the northeast. Final call, Elkin.
I was gonna ask you how much gas was.
Oh, check the receipt. I'm not
You
positive.
put it in here. $4.79,
$4.79 a gallon?
and you took 13.87 gallons. That seems weird. Because it was 66.44. How much was the last one? 63.57. And this one was 66.44.
This is cheaper than the private airport?
This was cheaper than the private airport.
Okay.
Interesting. And no landing fees. And I got to talk to a cat. I mean, I talked to a guy about the cat, but I pet the cat.
That's a plus.
That was a plus.
That's definitely a plus. Well, we've run out of time, so we were going to go to Charlottesville, Virginia, and then continue on to Atlantic City, but we just run out of time. It's going to get dark, and I really don't want to be doing landings at night. I don't like flying at night in this thing, in any single engine plane, and it's like gusting to 30 knots. So 30 knots at night is like a hard no. So we're going to switch our plan, go to a different Class D airport. Instead of Charlottesville, we're going to go to Frederick, Maryland, which has a control tower, so same plan, and then we're going to go, we'll go to Atlantic City in the morning.
Situations like this happen all the time when you're flying small planes. The plan you made on the ground is no longer viable, so you have to come up with something else on the fly. I use ForeFlight on my iPad while I'm in the air, and it's especially helpful at times like this. I checked forecasts at all the airports along our route and saw lots of snow set to arrive in the morning. But right around Frederick, Maryland, just outside of Washington, D.C., it looked clear. So if we can get north of D.C. and stay in Frederick for the night, we should be able to avoid the snow and be on our way to Atlantic City in the morning with no icing problems. I've used ForeFlight for over 10 years, and I'm super excited to partner with them on this video. If you haven't checked out ForeFlight yet, definitely give it a look.
It's getting colder up here too.
Yeah.
So Lainey was nice enough to donate her hood from her very warm jacket because this air leak here is really cold. And now, I forgot my jacket, but at least I've got a really warm hood.
Look at what you look like.
I look like George Washington.
Officially below freezing.
This is our first landing at a controlled airport on this trip, so I'll need to call up the tower and get clearance to land. And I'll be expecting a lot more traffic in the area, like private jets. There are about 500 Class D airports in the United States. Also, for whatever reason, I have not been able to dial in my landings today, and if we're going to land on slippery ice, I need to get that figured out.
2231, report left midfield downwind.
Our report midfield left downwind for 30222318. All right, welcome to our Class D airport, folks. Frederick, Maryland. Not where we thought we were going, but we'll see what they have here.
Adventure is in store.
Yeah, I like it.
Also, hopefully coats are in store.
We made it to the Class D. It's pretty gusty out here and cold, and I don't have a coat. So we're going to see if they'll put it in a hangar for us and go find something to do in Frederick, Maryland before we continue the journey in the morning. So let's go see if they'll hangar it. What do you think?
I'm hoping so. There's a hangar right there that's empty, so if not, then they're just mean.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. There's a hangar right there. The reason we want to keep it in a hangar, it's not supposed to snow or anything, it's just going to be so ridiculously cold that if we could put it in a climate-controlled hangar, it just keeps us from having to preheat it. It's just an overall way better experience. So we'll see what the rate is too, but let's get inside because I'm freezing. We walked inside to ask about a hangar, and one of the most amazing things I've ever experienced at an airport happened. I made a joke about forgetting my coat on the way to an ice runway, and the manager at Signature goes in the back, comes out with a brand new, never worn, super warm Signature jacket that he said they weren't allowed to use because it had their old company logo on it.
Sure, y'all don't need this? We can't use it.
As a person who has zero coat, you should absolutely like.
Yeah. And look, you even get an old beanie. That's how much we love you.
Oh my gosh.
Getting outfitted by these guys. Here's our 401k plan.
Thank you.
I kind of can't believe that just happened.
Yeah, I know. That's so nice.
Like, I came here empty-handed and they're like, do you want a brand new coat that fits you perfectly, that's like super warm, and a hat? And you're just like, I'm just good to go now. People are so friendly.
We don't have to go to Dick's.
Think about that. We just picked up more time to go to Chili's. We're gonna go to Chili's even sooner now, folks. Here's the unglamorous part of making videos, folks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put all this stuff away and get your bags all together.
Yeah, don't you like when you're putting stuff away and I'm getting stuff out?
What do you think?
This is the quietest place I've ever been.
It is really quiet. All right, good morning. It's super cold outside. It's like 17 degrees right now, but it's warm in here. So we paid extra for the heated hangar so that there's no frost on the wings. We don't have to, preheat the plane and all of that. So we've got it loaded up, pre-flight's complete. We're ready to get pulled out of here with this tug. And then we'll be off to our Class C airport. But first we got to run inside and see how much all this cost. I think it was worth the extra cost, honestly.
No, this is the best $100 I've ever spent.
So it was $100 to keep the plane in this heated hangar, but it's 17 degrees outside, and you come to the plane, it would have like frost on the wings. You'd have to preheat the engine. It's super difficult to prime. It's not just a convenience thing either. It's just better for the engine to not get that cold. Okay, day 2. This is the big one. Today we're flying from Frederick, Maryland to Atlantic City and then LaGuardia, right in New York City. From there, we're headed directly to the ice runway for a total of 479 miles.
Yeah, we're not very good at cold weather. I brought two left-hand gloves.
And I'm wearing a free Signature coat because I just didn't even bring an actual coat.
It's fine.
Remember how I changed our destination to Frederick because we ran out of time to get to Atlantic City and I wanted to make sure we got far enough north to avoid the snow? Well, 2 of the airports I considered, only about 20 miles south of here, are currently getting dumped on with snow, just like the forecast said.
So they said on the Facebook page this morning that they managed to get it all plowed, which is awesome. It's a ton of work. It was gusting to 30 miles an hour while they were out there plowing.
That sounds so cold.
And then they said there's some blowing snow from the wind that the pellets have kind of polished the ice. So they were like, be careful. It's like really slick. There's no ice or snow layer to like give you any traction. Not much we can do about that other than just like really keep the nose straight. Rudders only, no brakes at all.
There are only about 120 Class C airports in the entire US, and Atlantic City is one of them. That means lots of jet traffic, major airline service, and we'll have to make contact with an approach controller first, then get handed off and get clearance to land from the tower.
Well, I gotta say, this is one of the more chill Class Cs I feel like I've ever been into.
Wind 32010, runway 31, cleared to land.
Clear to land 3122318. That's a huge runway.
Taxi signature via Juliet Bravo Lima with me.
Juliet Bravo Lima with you, 2238, thanks. All right, welcome to Atlantic City, folks.
Woo, woo. Okay, I don't know when you get frostbite, but it's like soon, right?
Hey, all right. How you doing? Good.
All right, we made it to the Class C. That was actually like pretty uneventful. That was probably one of the calmest experiences I've had at a Class C. You could see where the gates were for airliners, but it's just probably winter in Atlantic City is not a high demand time, so there just wasn't much going on. But now it's time for the main event. So now we're gonna go from the C to the Class B, which is the busiest airspace in the world, to LaGuardia right in New York. As we walked back outside, we definitely got the feeling that we were a little bit out of place. And that was about to get a lot more intense at our next airport. Trying to land a plane like this at a Class B airport like LaGuardia is not guaranteed that they'll even say yes. My plan is to take off and start making the request as soon as possible to see if they'll even let me land.
Class Charlie in the books. Time to step it up to the big leagues, folks. We're going to a Class Bravo LaGuardia right in New York City, the airport that Captain Sully departed from and hit a bunch of birds and ended up in the Hudson. So
Why?
The plan is to not do that, folks. We'll be watching for Canadian geese. This was the same time of year that it was as well.
Cessna 22318, Atlantic City Tower. Wind 32011. Runway 31, clear for takeoff, climb the course.
Clear for takeoff, runway 31, 22318. Off quick.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
All right, I'm gonna ask him now.
Okay.
Start early, start asking early.
Yeah.
And approach 2238, we're direct LaGuardia now, and just wanted to put that request on file that we could go VFR full stop at LGA.
318, you can expect the flight falling, and I'm not sure about the approach into there. That'll be with them.
Okay, sounds good. And we're direct now, thanks. Yeah, I guess that makes sense that he would have nothing to do with that request. It's just too far away.
Get nervous. They're pretty busy up here.
But yeah, a little. I mean, I just hope that they let us do it. New York approach, Cessna 22318, 3,500. We have Charlie at LaGuardia. Wanted to see if we could go full stop there, VFR.
November 22318, New York approach, roger. I had your request.
Okay, thank you. That's not a no. That's not a no.
As we waited for an answer, we kept flying toward the city and made sure to stay outside of the Class Bravo airspace.
November 318, you're clear to the Bravo airspace.
Cleared into the Bravo airspace, 22318.
JetBlue 1385, by heading 180, descending maintain 16,000.
This could be it, y'all. We might be landing in LaGuardia.
Down to 16,030, JetBlue 1385.
November 22318, just maintain VFR 3,500 for now.
Maintain VFR 3,500, 22318.
November 22318, New York, altimeter 3029, and verify information Oscar at LaGuardia.
3029, and we have Charlie at LaGuardia.
I'm sorry, yep, that's actually Charlie is current at LaGuardia.
All right, Roger.
I was like,
Ooh,
oh, we're so
man,
far off.
I know, it's like, that's not good. He's gonna be like, you know what, never mind, get out of here. We're doing it. We're doing it. There's the whole city of New York and like 20 million people.
November 318, can you go any faster?
Unfortunately, this is full power for 318.
Roger.
Can you go any faster? Because you're going 84 knots.
Delta 398. Just curious how fast that Cessna going. 90 knots across the ground, but they are 10 miles ahead of you, and the spacing will work. Cool, great work.
I think that guy that's 10 miles behind us is still going to catch up, but I guess we'll see. LaGuardia Tower, Cessna 22318, RNAV X-ray 31.
And November 22318, LaGuardia Tower, runway 31, wind 33011, gust 19er, clear to land. And November 22318, would you rather do a straight-in approach for runway 4? The wind is 34010, gust 19er, or you want to continue for the RNAV X-ray at 31?
We could do straight in for 4 for 318.
And remember, 318, just verify your vehicle.
All right, so basically what he's asking is, rather than stay in the parade of jets all the way around to runway 31, can I just switch and go straight into runway 4, even though there's a pretty big crosswind from the left?
And November 22318, change to runway 4, wind 34010, gust 19er, continue inbound for the approach, traffic will wait parking prior to arrival.
All right, continue inbound, change to runway 4, 22318. We're right down the barrel of it.
That's probably good.
Oh my gosh.
That might have been a wake.
Nah, that's just what we're up for here. This is going to be a little sporty. A lot closer taxi on the bright side, but this will be...
Is the wind better this way or the other way?
No, it's considerably worse this way.
Oh. Should we have said no then?
No, we're okay. It's just going to be a pretty big crosswind from the left. It's a huge runway, and it's not like a massively windy situation.
And November 318, runway 4, wind 34015, gust 19er, clear to land, traffic departure roll.
Runway 4, clear to land, 22318. Upwind, wheel down first.
Every car 4419, you're following traffic 3.5 miles down the approach.
Right, roger, thank you, 4419.
Use the rudder to keep it pointed straight down. Steer into the wind.
Delta 2454, runway 4, line of await, traffic lands, runway 31.
Runway 4, line up and wait, Delta 2454. Nice job of that Cessna, look good.
Thanks. Well, that's the best feeling on Earth. We did it.
Yeah.
Bravo.
Bravo.
Thank you.
We parked in the general aviation area and then hopped in a shuttle to go to the main FBO terminal.
Welcome to New York.
Well, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I even got a compliment.
Put that one on your pedestal.
Yeah.
Bravo. Check.
Bravo, check. A pleasant experience.
Yeah.
We stayed for about 10 minutes and then got right back in the shuttle to go back to the plane.
I'm suddenly reminded that it ain't over.
Yeah.
That's a 22318, LaGuardia ground. Runway 4, taxi via double Bravo, double Alpha.
Runway 4 via double Bravo, double Alpha, 22318.
And it's 23318 until LaGuardia Tower, runway 4, line up, point traffic, runway 31.
Line up and wait, runway 4, 22318.
23318, runway 4, cliff takeoff, traffic 2.5 hours, 31.
Clear for takeoff, runway 4, Cessna 22318. Okay, that's full power, full ridge.
Link 411, RNAV X-ray 31.
All right, up to 1500.
Yep.
This is where it happened to Sully.
Stop it.
Afternoon approach, Cessna 22318, 500 for 1500, runway heading.
Cessna 22318, LaGuardia Tower, radar contact 600, just off the departure end of runway 4, climb maintain 1500, LaGuardia Smith 3022, working on a handoff with New York approach.
All right, 3022 up to 1500, 22318.
Goodness.
That was a lot of items.
Yeah.
Well, that was awesome.
That was absolutely amazing.
Class B check, folks. There's only one other airport to do, which is a one of one, and that is the ice runway.
That was so cool. We literally just landed at LaGuardia.
It's 318, proceed on course.
Okay, VFR at 3500, we'll let you know, and direct Bravo 18, 22318. A lot of frozen water down there.
All the bodies of water are now like pretty frozen all the way over.
Wow. That's $377.
Oh.
That is outrageous.
Okay, the Bravo charges.
We're about to land at the rarest airport in the country. A one of one.
So we went from private, where they've got tons of them. We went to Uncontrolled, G?
Yep.
And lots of them. Then we went to Deltas, quite a few of them. Charlie's, way less.
Yep. And then a Bravo.
Bravo,
The fewest.
other than Alton Bay.
Alton Bay.
Which is a seaplane base in the summertime and an ice runway in the wintertime. That's so cool.
Yeah.
We are going to land on ice today.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, fly the plane.
Oh yeah. All right, I'm gonna call him up.
Okay.
Alton Bay traffic, Cessna 22318 is 8 miles to the southwest at 3000 inbound. We'll set up for a left downwind runway 1, Alton Bay.
Hey, 318, what's up, man?
What's up?
Love the channel.
Thanks so much.
That's cool every time.
Yeah. We're 8 miles, so it's gotta be right over here.
Is it that?
Yeah, I think it's in that general area.
Just no brakes.
No brakes at all, so we'll do 30 degrees flaps, normal touchdown, 0 braking, aerodynamic braking only. That was kind of a cool entry, actually. Just like pop over the mountain.
It's a kind of a crazy entry.
Alton Bay traffic, Cessna 22318 is joining midfield, left downwind runway 1. We have the departing traffic at sight, Alton Bay. All right, let's slow it on down. Alton Bay traffic, Cessna 318 turning final runway 1, full stop, Alton Bay. There it is.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
A little sportier than we anticipated. No brakes.
No brakes. Holy cow.
22318, welcome to Alton Bay.
Thank you so much. It's beautiful.
What do we do?
I can put the flaps up. Well, that was awesome.
Yeah, this is freaking me out. I'm being 100% honest. It looks like it's cracking.
Yeah, I hope it's not.
Does it feel weird?
Yeah, very.
Are you just active on the pedals?
I'm doing no brakes and just kind of going really slow because I don't know what I'm doing. We're on water.
I just quit saying it.
We did it. Made it to the rarest runway. One of one, Alton Bay ice runway. Check it out, y'all.
I just fell.
That would not be good. Don't do that. You got snow boots on. You gotta check out the ice. Look at this.
Oh my god.
You know, this is what it's all about. 1,000 miles in a tiny plane, sitting next to the person you love, figuring it out when plans fall apart, and finding out that the real reward isn't an ice runway. It's doing something new together. But even after coming all this way and landing a plane on solid ice, the pressure's not gone just yet. Because tomorrow I get to give the ring that's been in my pocket this whole time to Lainey and start our biggest adventure yet.